Hello, dear viewers. Today we journey into the second day of the Bardo, a realm where the soul confronts its own reflections, the so-called karma mirror. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can continue exploring these profound insights into consciousness, life, and death with us. The second day of the Bardo presence. A truly profound encounter, the soul meets the mirror of karma. But why does this happen? Why must the deceased face this mirror? The karma mirror of the second day is not merely a scene of moral judgment. Psychologically, it represents the final stage of self-integration, the ultimate therapeutic process of the psyche at the threshold of death. This is where ancient spiritual teaching intersects with modern psychology. From Freud to Jung and even contemporary trauma theory, the symbolism embedded here is extraordinarily rich. Think of it this way: the first karma mirror is the unconscious mind's final question to the ego. In the moments immediately after death, consciousness still operates with the ego at its center. But with the physical body gone, the ego can no longer engage with the material world. At this crucial moment, the unconscious projects all repressed memories and feelings like a vivid movie back to the self. This, in Tibetan teachings, is what is called the karma mirror. It is not God's judgment being passed from above, but the unconscious reflecting upon itself. Psychologically, it closely mirrors what we call a life review in near-death experiences. An astonishing panorama of one's life unfolding in a single moment. People who report such experiences often say, "All the things I have done flashed before me not as an observer, but as the part of me that lived them all again." This is not mere memory replay. It is a full re-experiencing of emotion, a holistic integration of the self. The karma mirror returns to the ego. Not just images, but the weight of emotional responsibility. It is as if the unconscious says, "Now, face the consequences of the emotions you created." The second karma mirror also functions as a restoration of the repressed self. Carl Jung once said, "The maturation of the soul begins when we confront our own shadows." The immense mirror the deceased faces symbolizes the shadow self. Throughout life, we suppress, deny, and hide parts of ourselves. Desires, anger, guilt. In the moments after death, these emerge in full force, demanding recognition. Psychologically, this is the unconscious calling for integration. You are not only the virtuous self you present to the world. There is another, denied part of you. Only by embracing it can you return to wholeness. Tibetan teachings describe this as follows. The peaceful deity represents compassion of the mind. The wrathful deity represents the shadow of the mind. In modern psychological terms, this is the process of reconciling with the shadow, integrating all facets of the self. Passing through this stage is essential for entering the next phase, the expansion of consciousness or transcendence. The phrase re-experiencing here is crucial. In the mirror, the deceased relives past sins and suffering. This mirrors the therapeutic concept of trauma re-experiencing. In trauma therapy, healing does not come from forgetting pain, but by bringing it into conscious awareness and observing it under the light of consciousness. Thus, when the soul relives its violence, deceit, and anger, it is not being punished. It is engaging in a process of emotional integration. The previously buried feelings of guilt and anger are acknowledged, and in this acknowledgement, they are transformed. Passing through this process, the soul emerges cleansed. Guilt dissolves, and in its place arises compassion and mercy. The deceased might then realize, yes, this was the shadow of my mind. If my mind changes, then the world around me changes too. This is the birth of psychological awakening, the moment of insight. When the illusion of self-projection dissolves, revealing that the external world is nothing more than the reflection of one's own mind. It is here, in this intimate confrontation with oneself, that true freedom begins. The mirror is merciless, yet profoundly merciful. It forces the soul to confront all that it has denied, so that it may return to wholeness. As you reflect on this, consider your own life. How often do we ignore our shadows? How often do we act without acknowledging the hidden parts of ourselves? This teaching reminds us that understanding and integrating our inner darkness is not only the path to spiritual maturity, but the foundation for a life of authentic compassion. If this exploration resonated with you, please hit the subscribe button. Together, we will continue to journey through consciousness, the mysteries of the Bardo, and the philosophical truths that illuminate our lives. Remember, the path to self-awareness begins with facing your own mirror. Not tomorrow, but today. Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back. Today, we continue our journey into the second day of the Bardo, a realm where the soul encounters the mirror of karma. Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. Each subscription lights a path for us to explore consciousness, death, and the profound philosophy that bridges life and afterlife. The fourth reason the mirror of karma is so significant is this. It is not a device for judgment or punishment, but a profound instrument of healing for the mind. In essence, the karma mirror exists not to impose retribution, but to offer consciousness a final chance to purify and integrate itself. It is the last opportunity for self-recognition and inner reconciliation. Tibetan practitioners remind us, do not be startled by the reflection in the mirror. That world is one you have created. When you realize this, the mirror itself transforms into light. This is crucial. The terrifying images of guilt and remorse are not threats, but the unconscious speaking to the ego one last time. It whispers you are still capable of love. The mirror is not a tribunal of sin. It is the psyche offering a final chance at compassion. Now let us return to the narrative. In the darkness, a massive mirror arises, vast as the sky itself. Within it, the entirety of the deceased's life is reflected. Every small betrayal, every lie, every unfulfilled desire, every moment of anger and greed, nothing escapes the mirror's gaze. The mirror asks silently, "This was your life. Now, where will the seeds of your karma lead you?" The soul closes its eyes, but the reflection does not vanish. This is not mere observation, it is re-experiencing. All pain, all guilt flows back into the soul as though it were happening anew. Then, from afar, a drum sounds. Dum dum dum, a somber echo announces the third day approaches. Yet amidst the darkness, the soul perceives a subtle smile. Light has vanished, the spirit floats alone in emptiness, and the fear remains. And yet, within that fear, a faint glimmer of recognition begins to emerge. Yes, this was the shadow of my mind. If my mind changes, then surely the world around me will also change. At that moment, the cosmos twists, and a new doorway opens. Beyond this threshold await even greater illusions, more profound challenges. The soul steps forward, compelled to walk into the unknown once again. This is the second day of the Bardo. Those who failed to recognize the light on the first day are now immersed in the illusions and fears of their own making. The peaceful deities represent the compassion of the mind, while the wrathful deities reflect the shadows within the mind. Yet they are not separate, they are one mind. Without realizing this, the light retreats and the darkness deepens. Ultimately, the lesson becomes clear. While religions may differ, the light is one. The Bodhisattva in Buddhism, the Virgin Mary in Christianity, the Nur of Islam, and even the conscience of the atheist. Each is a reflection of the same truth, seen through different lenses. Each is a mirror of the same heart, the same ultimate reality. The Tibetan Book of the Dead poses this eternal question. Will you fear the light, or will you have the courage to see yourself within it? May today's story resonate somewhere in your heart, however faintly. This channel is dedicated to exploring consciousness after death, the essence of philosophical spirituality, and the deep truths hidden in human awareness. If this journey stirred something within you, please subscribe and like this video. Your support becomes a guiding light for our continued exploration of the mind, the soul, and the mysteries beyond life. Thank you for joining me, and may you face your own mirror with courage and compassion. And as the soul steps forward into the next threshold, it carries a subtle smile, the quiet recognition that the shadows it has faced are its own, and that by transforming its own heart, it can reshape the world it perceives. The new visions awaiting beyond the next door are not threats, but opportunities for deeper understanding and awakening. If you found value in this journey into the mind and consciousness, subscribe and join us as we continue to explore the profound truths that lie beyond life itself.